What's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot, and we are back for some player props and spreads in the NBA for Monday, April 26th. A recap from yesterday. 4-1 on player props and then 0-2 on spreads. It's normally why I preach. I don't bet a lot of spreads in the NBA, but we had Ja Morant's over, Oubre's over, Garland's over, and Arlene. Miles Bridges hits his points and rebounds over, as well as just his points straight up. One loss was Russell Westbrook, who didn't really show up to play, and that's fine. He earned a night off, really. And then you're looking at the Blazers, didn't show up for the last 3 minutes of the game, and then the Warriors win, but don't cover. Not much you can do there, but let's move on to today's picks. But first, I got to say a big shout out to all of you guys. 4,000 subscribers. Each and every day we gain more and more subscribers, and it's surreal. I don't know how we're up to 4,000, but I really appreciate everyone that is new to the channel coming to subscribe, and all the OG people that have been here for a while. It's been on real growth, and I really can't say more than just thank you guys for joining. If you're new to the channel, thanks for subscribing. We do daily NBA player props, as well as Logan covers our MLB portion of the video. Man, it's been really good, and there's a lot to look forward to. We obviously have our betting recap coming up in a couple days at the end of April to recap all of April. Man, we got college and professional football starting up. A lot of fun things coming up, so be sure to click that like and subscribe button if you are new. Let's get into today's picks. We've got a big slate of games, 11 games on the horizon. And man, let's start off with one that is one of the most controversial players in the NBA. You either love him or you hate him. Paul George, Pandemic P, Playoff P, whatever you want to call him. Paul George, we're taking his over tonight, over 29.5 points. And I know, say what you want about Paul George. You can trash him, you can glorify him, whatever you want. You can talk about his past performance in the playoffs, but we're not in the playoffs right now. We're in the regular season, and he's been great recently. And I really haven't shown him a lot of love on the Calling Our Shot fan page and in the community. I don't see a lot of people talking about what he's been doing this year, or really just in the month of April. He's been absolutely unreal. You look at it, 29.6 points per game in the month of April, and over his last 8 games, he's averaging nearly 33 points per game. And I know you're looking at it. I picked over 29.5 points. You're like, 30 points from Paul George. Are you out of your damn mind? I ain't doing it. And I understand, but here's why I'm on it. You got Pelicans, bad defense. I'm not. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Not a good defense. And if you look at Paul George game log without Kawhi Leonard, which Kawhi Leonard will be inactive today. At least that's what it says on the injury report. Wouldn't be surprised to see him. He's active, but he will be inactive today. And we're talking 5 straight games with 32-plus points for Paul George when Kawhi Leonard is inactive. Like you said, he's averaging 29.6 over the month of April and nearly 33 points per game over his last 8. He's broken 32-plus points in 7 of his past 8. All we need is 30. I'm locking it in. Say less. We're taking it. Paul George over 29.5 points. Moving on to the Nuggets game. Nuggets versus Grizzlies. The Joker, Nikola Jokic, over 26.5 points or 46.5 PRAs if you're into that. The Joker has been great this year. No way. There's a reason he's the MVP frontrunner, and he just needs a little more for the next couple weeks, and he'll have it locked up, although he is like a minus 300, minus 400 odds to win the MVP trophy, so he doesn't really need to do too much, but he needs to keep it up, and he needs his Nuggets team to continue to win games for seeding in the playoffs. But you look at it, 2 matchups against the Grizzlies this year, 28 points and 47 points, which was exactly a week ago. I know the 47 points was in double OT, but you don't just fall into 47 points. You got to be going at someone's head every single possession, and that's what he was doing to Xavier Tillman, who was the Grizzlies' backup center. Jonas Valanciunas, not much better on defense. I think Joker goes at him all night. Plus, you're looking at it, there's really no one on the Nuggets team that will take a lot of shots from him. You got the Joker. Obviously, Will Barton is out, and Jamal Murray will both be out. And then you only got one more player that will take shots away from him, and it's Michael Porter Jr. And guess what? We're on his over too, over 22.5 points. You're looking at it, he's the second Nuggets superstar, young superstar, whatever you want to call him, whatever you want to say about Michael Porter Jr. I know he's kind of been hurting people recently, and arguably he's hurting me as well. We picked him in the last game against the Grizzlies to go over 21.5 points, but he really didn't shoot the whole game. Ended up with 13 shot attempts, 21 points in double overtime. Hurt good, but you got 22.5 points, and there's a reason this is up. Obviously, we got Barton, and we got Jamal Murray. Both will be out, and you're looking at the rest of the lineup. Obviously, Jokic will take his shots. He'll probably drop 25 shots tonight, and that's why we're on his over 26.5 points. Jonas Valanciunas can't guard him. He'll just go use and abuse him in the post, on the perimeter, whatever you name it. He'll do nasty things to him tonight. But Michael Porter Jr., we've seen 2 straight games of him shooting 18 plus times, and he never really hit that number in a lot of games this year. I'd be curious. I forgot to look it up, but I'm sure he hasn't shot more than 18 times in a lot of games this year. And if you're going to get 18 shot attempts from him, majority of them will be three-pointers, and the man's been unconscious from three-pointers the last 2 games. Last game, 39 points, 8 for 12 from the three-point line against the Houston Rockets. Granted, that was a shooting exhibition against Houston. They don't play a lot of defense. Before that, 26 points on 7 of 14 from 3. I mean, you're looking at 15 of what? 26 from 3 his past 2 games. Man's unconscious from 3, and he's going to keep firing it up. There's no one else to take shots. Facu's not shooting. PJ Dozier's not shooting. Aaron Gordon's not really going to shoot much. The whole bench isn't going to shoot a lot. They're going to look for Michael Porter Jr., and I have a feeling we're at the beginning of a Michael Porter Jr. hot streak. At least that's what I'm predicting. I think this trend is going to continue. I would expect to see his points probably be up near the 24, 25 and a half points within the next week or 2. I like it. Michael Porter Jr., let's get ahead of the trend before it becomes a normal, commonplace thing. Michael Porter Jr., over 22 and a half points. We're in. And then I got a couple leans because we don't really... honestly, when I was looking at these lines, and it's 6:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time while I'm looking at them, there's a lot of games out there that don't really have lines. I mean, you got the Knicks versus Suns game. That's a hard game to predict. Suns, I believe, are 2-point favorites. You can pick on the Knicks to win their 10th straight game and cover their 12th or 13th straight game. Not sure about that, but one player that I'm on for the Knicks would be Derrick Rose. If you got his points, you got a points over for him, I'd take it at 14 and a half. He's had 15 plus points in 3 straight games. Thibodeau trusts him to play big minutes. Plus, he's going to be running the second unit against Cameron, the tank artist. Cameron Payne, the tank commander. I like it if you got over under at 14 and a half, but I didn't have one. So moving on to one player that I like a lot, but I don't have his official number, Bogdanovic. Kind of stealing Reese's analysis from the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, link down below, first link down there. But this line should be around 19 and a half, maybe 20 and a half points. It was 18 and a half yesterday, and Bogdan just slapped Vegas in the face and said, "You kidding me? You put my line this low?" You look at it. Trae Young should be out again tonight. And for all the games that Trae Young has missed, which he has missed 5 games this year, when Bogdanovic has played, so they have to play it. Bogdanovic has to play, and Trae Young has to be inactive. Bogdanovic, 26.8 points per game over those 5. He scored 21 plus points in all 5 of those games without Trae Young. You're playing the damn Pistons. I'm not scared of them whatsoever. We're taking it. Bogdanovic over points. I love it if it's 20 and a half or lower. I would take it in a heartbeat, put a full unit on it. But I don't have the line officially, so let me know what it is when you see it. Put it in the comments below so I actually know it. Then my last lean of the day, the Fro, Jarrett Allen. I take his points plus rebounds. He just feasted on the Wizards team, 27 and 12 last night, and now he gets the Raptors team who likes to start Khem Birch. If you've never watched Khem Birch, he's an Orlando Magic ex-player, and he's terrible. I can't sugarcoat that. He is not good. And you got the Fro. Fro, obviously without Sexton, they're going to involve him a little more offensively. Garland, I still like him tonight, but I think the Cavs might get blown out. But I'd still like Jarrett Allen to play a lot of minutes. He's going to put up his points and rebounds. The last time they did play, Raptors and Cavaliers, that is, Jarrett Allen, 17 points, 15 rebounds. I expect his points, rebounds line to be around, 29, 28, 30. I think he gets that with ease. I think he gets a lot of points, 20 and 10. I think that's what you can expect from him tonight. Locking it in. Jarrett Allen, points plus rebounds. Let me know what the line is because, like I said, a lot of lines are not out at this early in the morning. But I'm still picking and giving you some leans, giving you some numbers to look at. Last 2, we got 2 over-unders. Talking about the Magic. I'm taking the total. Is this a thing? I want to take the Magic's team total under in the first half. Is that a thing? I don't know. But I would take it. I don't think they're cracking 40 points. Definitely not cracking 50. I expect the line to be around 48.5 to 52.5, somewhere in there if that is a thing. If not, I'll just take the Magic's team total under in the whole game. Like I said, I'll wait to see if it's our actual thing, but the team total under in the whole game is fine. It'll probably be 102, something like that. But you look at it, Lakers, and namely Anthony Davis just declared this a must-win game for the Lakers, so wouldn't hate to put a unit on the Lakers covering, but I'm just going to take the Magic team total. They're going to come out and see the Magic's roster. They're going to put the clamps on them. I mean, the Magic are terrible. You got Cole Anthony starting, Mo Bamba starting nowadays, Chuma Okeke, the chum bucket. I mean, come on. These guys, I mean, they're good up-and-coming young players, but they're not going to be able to score a lot of points against this Lakers team. They're going to put the clamps on them. I take it. Take the Magic team total under. If you have the Magic team total under in the first half, definitely would prefer that. I think they put the clamps on them. Lakers first half will cover. That's my opinion. Moving on, last pick of the day before getting to the parlay of the day and the money line parlay, Jazz versus Timberwolves. I'm taking the over 229 points. Why? Because this line makes absolutely no sense. You look at these two teams just played, 2 nights ago, and the Timberwolves won. Fun stat of the day, Timberwolves 2 wins against the Jazz at home. I mean, in Utah. So the Timberwolves have won 2 times in Utah this year. Rest of the NBA combined have won twice. Timberwolves, I guess, on the road in Utah, best team in the NBA. But these two teams just combined for 197 points. The over-under was 231. And then Vegas and the sportsbooks are going to come out and give me a same line, 229, and not expect me to hammer the over. It makes no sense. You'd think this team, obviously you should bet the under. They didn't even get close to it last game. That's why we're taking the over. Doesn't make any sense. I'm taking it. Timberwolves also aren't capable of playing defense 2 games in a row. Won't happen. Hammer the over. Parlay of the day, Paul George, over 29.5 points. Michael Porter Jr., over 22.5 points. Magic team total under in the first half, if you have it, if it's a thing, or the Magic's team total as a whole. Moneyline parlay of the day, Jazz, Lakers, Nuggets, 76ers, and Heat. Put all 5 of those together, plus 280 odds. Like I said, we'll actually have an article today, so if you want a recap of any of the picks, go check out the website, callingourshot.com. I don't want to make this video any longer. You've heard all the picks. If you want to go check it out, recap is at callingourshot.com. Go check that out. Appreciate all you guys' support. Really means a lot. We've been killing it. And like I said, 4,000 subscribers. Click that like button. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Let's keep grinding. I'll be back tomorrow. If there are any other plays, I'll let them know in the Discord, as I don't have a lot of teams' injury reports yet. This has been Austin. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.